Hey guys, today's we're going to be talking about types of analogies because we're going to start adding some analogies to our morphology section. What is an analogy? An analogy is a type of word problem without any math you will often find on a standardized test. An example of analogies are happy is to sad as nice is to, dirty is to clean as wet is to. To complete the analogy, you must figure out the relationship between the first two words to determine the word that fits in the blank. Relationships and analogies. An analogy expresses a relationship, and there are lots of different types of relationships that you will see in an analogy. The most common are synonyms, antonyms, part to whole, cause and effect, and then you'll also see noun and adjective, tool and user, tool and object, tool and action, action and thing acted upon, object or place user, increasing and decreasing intensity, or category and example, or action subject performing action. Remember, synonyms and antonyms. A synonym shows two things that are similar, and an antonym shows two things that are opposite. Here's some examples of analogies with those two types. Generous is to giving as miserly is to. So the generous and giving is a synonym, so you know miserly, you're going to need the synonym to go here, stingy. Pretty is to ugly as friendly is to. Well, you know pretty and ugly are antonyms, so you need an antonym in this blank. So when you're done, you need to look at the relationship. The relationship between this should match the relationship between the second half. Let's talk about a part to whole relationship. A part-whole relationship shows two things connected. One is part of another. So algebra is to math as reading is to English. So algebra is a part of math and reading is a part of your English class. Puzzle is to piece as game is to. A puzzle is the whole, the piece is the part, game is the whole, board is the part. Okay, cause and effect. A cause and effect, that should be A, explains why something happened, and effect explains the result. So rain causes a flood, sun causes sunburn. You improve as a result of practice, you heal as a result of treatment. One word depends on the other, and you can see the relationship in both sections are cause and effect. A noun-adjective relationship features a noun and an adjective that describes the noun. So an example would be, mouse is too small because a mouse is small, as elephant is to big or large. Loud is to mouse, so this is the opposite, as silent is to rooster. Notice this is an adjective and noun relationship, but I want you to also notice that it is an antonym. Are mice really loud? No. Are roosters really silent? No. So it's the opposite. This is a tool user or object user relationship. Hammer is to carpenter as torch is to welder. So I want you to look at that for a minute. A carpenter uses a hammer and a welder uses a torch. Chalk is to teacher as microphone is to DJ. So really, teachers don't really use chalk anymore, do they? That should probably say something like expo marker is to teacher as microphone is to DJ. A DJ needs his microphone and a teacher needs her chalk or expo marker. Okay, a tool-action relationship shows a tool and the action it is used to complete it. So crayon is to draw as pencil is to write. So you draw with crayons, you write with pencils. Sing is to microphone as film is to camera. So you sing by using the microphone. You create a film by using the camera. A tool or object relationship shows a tool and its object it's used with. So with a hammer you use nails. With a wrench you use nuts. With a can you use a can opener. With a hair you use a brush. When you perform an action, you perform it upon someone or something. So you read a book, you draw on paper. You operate on a patient, you do a makeover on a client. Increasing, decreasing intensity. Increasing and decreasing intensity focuses on the connotations of the words. So happy is to ecstatic, as angry is to enraged. So normally when you're happy, you think, someone's happy. When you think of ecstatic, they're super duper duper happy. Same thing with angry. I can be angry or I can be enraged. So each one of those increases the intensity of that feeling. Famished is to hungry, as exhausted is to tired. So I want you to notice in the first example, it was increasing intensity. The intensity of that emotion was getting higher. This one, famished, is like starving. Hungry is just hungry. Exhausted is where you're just about to pass out. Tired is you're just a little tired. So you see the intensity of this is decreasing there. Increasing and decreasing intensity focuses on the connotations of the word. So here's an example. Dog is to pit bull. Actually, this is actually a mistake. They forgot, this is someone else's PowerPoint that I'm using. They forgot to change this. So they should have changed this to category and example relationship. So ignore this green increasing and decreasing intensity. That's for the slide before this. This one is category and example. So the category is dog. The example is pit bull. The category is cat. The example is tabby. Down here, it's just the opposite. The example is lion. The category is carnivore. The example is rabbit. The category is going to be herbivore. So see, you can reverse it. It can be category example or it can be example category, either way. Here's some tips. If multiple answers fit, look for the most exact answer. Focus on answers that are the same part of speech. Make sure both pairs of words express the same word order. For example, both are part whole. And that's the end. So we're going to work on some analogies together in class today.